Hello, and welcome to the Psychology Diary podcast where we talk about everything mental health. In this episode, I'll be introducing to you Craig. Craig is a dad, a superhero, a tattoo collector, a deal closer, and a biker. He loves Volkswagen Beetles and is on a journey to break the stigma around mental health illnesses, and that is his life's purpose. Have a listen to this interview. How about you? How's your end?
Sorry?
How are you? How are you at your side?
Yeah, no, things are going well. They're taking off really, really well. We're at a stage now where my little business is starting to take off, my mental health awareness. So that's very, very positive at this point in time. So, yeah, things are really looking good. Corona's tough. It's put a lot of pressure on a lot of people out there.
Hmm.
But it's pushed a lot of people to actually start looking inside themselves to actually find new ways to reinvent themselves and to actually just keep pushing and to not give up.
Okay, great. That's amazing. So, Craig, can you introduce yourself to our listeners?
A little bit about me. I'm 39 years old. I've been in the sales industry for the last 20 years, doing corporate sales in the photocopier industry. I've been a dad for 12 years, and I've been diagnosed with multiple mental health disorders. There's a couple of them. I've had bipolar disorder, I have depression, anxiety. I've got a very well-rounded life when it comes to working with doing what I need to do physically, all these things. So yeah, I'm a fighter.
Great, amazing. I love that you are very open about your mental health issues. It shows that you have grown and that you have lived above your weaknesses and insecurities, and you are now in a better place because of that. And that's really commendable. So, can you tell me more about the work you do at the Bipolar Salesman?
Okay, so the bipolar salesman, how this actually started was I was going through a really tough time in my life, and I didn't really know where I was going, how I was going to get there. It was just an absolute a downtime, and had to dig deep into myself to say, well, what is it what I want to do with my life? And I looked at different things, and I looked at my career in sales over the last 20 years, and I looked at being a sales manager for 14 years, and I looked to see, well, what did I like about it? Because I didn't end up enjoying the industry at the end, but I wanted to see what did I enjoy at the end, what made me get up every day. And that was actually training people and watching them become successful. So from there, I decided, okay, maybe I want to become a sales trainer. I can start training people and getting them to become successful, teaching them sales processes and, just getting them a good start in life when they join the sales industry. And from there, it started moving on more on, my life from mental health. My father actually committed suicide when I was 4 years old, and then my uncle took his life when I was 6 years old. So it was quite a bash to the family. So mental illness has always been a top of mind for me with all my challenges as well. So then I decided, I got to a point in my life where now I've got my purpose. I need to share my story, all my struggles, all the failures, all the success, all the good things, all the bad things about mental illness with the world. And that's how the bipolar salesman was originally born. And just to simply get out there, spread the message, share my story, and give people bits of hope that they can add to their survival guide. Because everybody's going through some kind of a problem. There's people losing their jobs. There's people that are losing loved ones. It's just a mess right now. And we all need to take care of our mental health. If we don't, we're just going to go step back, step back, step back, and the world is going to be a very ugly place. So that's where it all came. So from the bipolar salesman side, I'd go into companies and I do talks and I inspire people to come forward to talk about their issues, to talk to their managers, to talk to their HR department, whoever it might be, to actually just start to show that there is a face to mental illness. It's not just a person that's in a psych ward or some crazy kind of person. It's everyday people like you and me these things that we don't ask for it. It happens to us. It's trauma, it's pain, it's all these different things that happen to us that cause mental illness. So, yeah, I help companies then to implement mental health strategies as well, to help their staff to have an environment that is safe, that's open about mental illness, that they're able to talk about it and not feel that they're going to lose their job or that they're going to be criticized or judged or anything like that. So it's building a you are not alone kind of culture, if I can say that.
Okay, amazing. That's really great. So, how important is mental health awareness to you?
It's very, very important to me. As I was saying, mental illness is not a reality in my life just because of my own personal challenges that I've had to face in my life, but also because of losing a parent to suicide. Now, that is just something that it destroys a family, and it makes a huge impact on the people that are left behind. Me not growing up without a father, I didn't have that role model there. So every bad road that I could go down, trust me, I went down those roads. If it was drugs, if it was drinking, if it was, whatever it was, doing crazy things, it was every bad road that I could go down, I literally went down. And it all comes to losing my father at such a young age and not having someone to be there to support me and to help me and to be at my cricket games or my rugby games or my sporting events that normally boys would love their father to be there. My mom was there and she was shouting and screaming and everything, but you want your dad there. So it's
Okay.
important to me because there are lots of family that are destroyed every day because of suicide, and they got to go through these struggles. And they need to understand that there is help, that there is support, and there are better days to come. Because there's suicide, just it doesn't end with that person. Their pain might end, but they pass that pain on to everybody else.
Yes, yes, you're right. You're very, very right. So, how important is your daughter to you?
Wow, my daughter is my everything. Now, people say that you have a purpose in your life, that's your why and your how and all the rest of that. My daughter is my why in life. She's the reason why I get up in life. My purpose in life is to spread mental health awareness and to help other people, but she is my reason why I get up in the morning. She's the reason why a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a bad year is all worth it. Because if you don't have a passion or a why, or a reason why you're getting up every day, bad days are going to become bad days and then become bad weeks and months and years. But my daughter is my foundation of my why I'm on this earth. And my purpose is to help other people, and I get to do both things at the same time, which is absolutely amazing.
Mm, amazing, amazing. I love that. What is your definition of happiness?
Happiness for me is just being yourself, being happy with who you are as a person. Life seems to change us as we grow, and people try to make us be people that we're not. So happiness to me is just being who you are. People find it strange when you say that you got to love yourself. I find that very, very strange, and it was very hard for me to understand that phrase that you got to love yourself. But you end up being in a situation where you are able to uh, be safe in your own skin, that nobody can get you down. And that is happiness to me, is being able to let the world around you go crazy, but you're happy with yourself and you're happy with the little bubble that is around you, and you're doing goodness for other people. So that is all happiness to me.
Amazing, amazing. Can you tell me how you overcame the challenges of bipolar disorder?
My challenges with bipolar disorder. Wow. Um, bipolar is a very difficult one. It is a very difficult one. You start with your medications. That's number one. Medication for me was number one. People can go through, um, going to see a therapist or counselors and all the rest of that. Those are also ways and means. But for bipolar, yeah, the medication is a big, big, big part of it. You've got to get that medicine right. If you're not getting the medicine right, wow, it can have really bad negative effects. Like when I was first hospitalized and I first got on medications, I ended up, now I'm a happy-go-lucky person, you know, everything's always great. And then all of a sudden now I'm taking these medications and it's making me become like a robot. And I didn't like that feeling, but it was, you know, it made my mind slow down, which I was able to cope better. But the problem was now I'm a salesman. I need my spunk to be able to, you know, go out there and sell and have a good attitude and smile and be happy. Then all of a sudden I became a robot. But then I tried different medications, and then I finally got medications that started working, and I was able to be myself and to be able to concentrate and to be able to, you know, function like a hashtag, or what you want to say, normal person. But yeah, it's been a very, very big challenge, and a lot of it comes with your mindset. It's definitely a mindset, what you're thinking, what your thoughts, what you're feeding them, because a lot of people are struggling out there and they're living in negativity, and negativity is what's really stressing people out, giving them anxiety and depression and all the rest. So yeah, it's bipolar is up and down all the time. But I found that once I found my purpose in life of what I wanted to do with my life 3 years ago, before I started all of this, that's when my life really, really changed, because having that purpose has filled my mind with everything that I need to do to get the business up and running and to spread my message. And that's exactly what I needed to do. And I did a lot of research. I educated myself. I found out everything. And I still, on a daily basis, learn what I can about bipolar and what's being done about it. And the more that I've found that I've researched it, educated myself, and the more I'm spreading the word and helping other people, that's helped me to deal with my bipolar. So, you know, I'm sure everybody else has got different ways and means to do it. Mine has been my mindset when I made that it was, that's it. I have bipolar. I've accepted it now. What do I need to do? What are the changes I need to make in my life? So I stopped drinking. I haven't had alcohol in over 12 years. Not because I
Wow.
had a drinking problem, but because it's not good for my medication and it made me angry. So I don't drink anymore. You
Wow.
know, you don't do any drugs. You stay away from negative people. There's a lot of people that are out for themselves, and they've got negative energy that surrounds them. And we generally get attracted to these sorts of things because they're usually the loud, fun people. And I realized in my life that a lot of my problems and my challenges came from was negative people and what they, you know, that what they suck out of your life almost when you're around them because of their negativity. So also a big thing with my recovery from, well, my everyday struggles with bipolar has been, you know, staying away from negative people. I call them energy vampires.
Hmm. So are you bipolar 1 or 2?
I'm bipolar 1.
Oh, wow. That's a big
Sorry,
one.
bipolar 2. Sorry, so bipolar 2. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're bipolar 2.
Yes, I'm bipolar 2.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
yeah.
I thought you were bipolar 1. Okay. Bipolar 1 is
Yeah,
quite
no,
severe.
that's a whole other level, bipolar 1.
It's a whole
Yeah,
other level. It is severe. It is
yeah.
extremely severe. Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't. I shouldn't get that confused. Yeah, because that's a whole other level that I do not understand. I'm learning as much as I can about it, but yeah, it's a very tough road for people that have bipolar 1. But with everything else, there is better days to come, and it really, really. I mean, I can't stress it enough to people that it really starts with inside yourself and what you feed your mind. That's it.
Wow.
Everything starts there.
Amazing. So how important is family to you?
Family is very important to me. Um, yeah, I wouldn't say it's been a tough upbringing. After my dad had taken his life, my mom had got remarried, so uh, she got remarried, and then three became eight all of a sudden. So it became a big family, and yeah, I kind of strayed away from my family a lot because, like I said, I went down some really bad roads, and the people that I was surrounding myself with, and but I needed that brotherly love kind of thing, that sense of family. You would say people get into gangs and all the rest of that because they're seeking that that family that they have. So for most of my life, it's been kind of strained because of so much that's actually happened inside life, with my dad taking his life and all me going down all the wrong roads and putting pressure on my mom and all those sorts of things. So yeah, but in the last few years, I've managed to understand how important family is. They're always going to be there, no matter how many friends come and go. Family is family, and they are a foundation and a support, especially when you have mental illnesses. Sometimes it can be negative because most people don't really understand what it's like to have a mental illness. But generally, family is always going to be there, and no matter what, if you're fighting but you need a roof to sleep under, family will always help you. So yeah, family is very important to me.
Mm, amazing. Did you have a close relationship with your dad
With my stepdad,
or with your stepdad? Oh no, your dad who committed suicide. Did you have any?
uh,
Did you have a close relationship with him?
I don't really remember. I was too young to even remember.
Wow.
So I don't. It's a hard thing because it's like I've seen pictures and that sort of thing. I hear people talk about him, but it's like he was just never there. So yeah,
Oh,
I
oh.
didn't have a very good relationship with my stepfather growing up. From when I was a kid, didn't have a very good relationship with him at all.
Why? What was the nature of your relationship?
He was very, I don't know, I just felt that he just didn't like me. From the start, that's just the feeling I've gotten from day one with it, that he just never accepted me, he just didn't like me. He would, you know, push me around kind of thing and be a bully kind of story and not say nice things to me. And, it was that kind of story. So I kind of alienated myself from my family because of that. He makes my mom happy and all the rest of that. But, I didn't really feel much for the guy either, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's why I didn't have a proper male father figure, because even though there was a stepfather there, we never saw eye to eye.
Okay, okay. What about your wife?
My wife, no, I'm single. I'm not married. I've been on my own for a very long time, probably about 3, 4 years now.
Okay,
Um, I've needed to be on my own because I was one of those people that had to be around people. Relied on being around people. I needed to be somewhere for the sake of it, so I didn't feel lonely. So
okay.
I've been on a journey where I've needed to do, that whole self-discovery and all that spiritual,
Yes.
all that kind of thing, and it's been amazing. And I haven't had any relationships in between because of the fact that, relationships put extra pressure on a person's life. If you're trying to search your soul for what you're doing and your meaning of your life, you can't have distractions. You have to be 100% focused on what you're doing. And by doing that, it was lonely, it was scary, it was anxious, it was all those different emotions. But now, during lockdown for the first level 5, I was in heaven, man. I loved it. I enjoyed it. And I didn't
Mm-hmm.
freak out. There was none of those situations because of the fact that I'm happy with myself. I can entertain myself. I can laugh with myself. I can watch TV. I can do all these things by myself without having to, try and please anybody else or to have any responsibilities to somebody else. All I have responsibility to is my daughter and myself. And that's where all my focus lies, is just with myself and my daughter and giving her a good life and me doing my message. That's really all where my focus goes.
Okay, 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 great. If you could take one thing to heaven after you leave the world, what will it be?
If I had to,
If you could take one thing to heaven after you leave the world, what would it be?
after I've left, besides my daughter,
Besides, okay, what if it's your daughter? Would you want your daughter to be taken to heaven along with you at the time
no,
when you leave the world?
no, 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 I wouldn't. I would want her to, but I couldn't because she's got to live her own life. If
Okay.
there's one thing that I could take with to heaven, it would be my dirt bike.
Okay.
I'm a big motorbike fan, so I've been riding motorbikes since I was a young kid, and
Okay.
so yeah, I like to do wheelies and do all those crazy things with a motorbike. So yeah, I would definitely take my dirt bike with me to heaven.
Okay, great. What are three things you want to be remembered for?
I wanted to be remembered for making a difference in people's lives. Um, I want to be remembered for being a good father, and I just want to be remembered for being just an all-round good human being. That's it. I don't have any other big aspirations or pyramids or anything like that. I just want people to say he was a good guy.
Okay. Okay, great. Do you practice Zen?
No, I don't.
Okay. You don't do mindfulness.
No, I've researched into those sorts of things, and yeah, I've given it a try, but I'm very, very hyperactive in my mind. My mind is very, very, very. It's like an information highway going all the time, and I've tried to sit and do these sort of meditations and sort of thing, but yeah, it's still a struggle to me. I think it's something as I'm getting older, my intensity with the bipolar is starting to come down. When I was in my 20s, early 20s, 30s, early 30s, wow, it was an absolute roller coaster. But being 39 years old now, it seems to be getting less and less like it was before.
Okay. Okay, great. Where can we find you on social media?
I'm on Instagram, which is at the Bipolar Salesman, and I haven't yet started a Facebook yet. But website is www.thebipolarsalesman.co.za.
Okay. Okay, great. Amazing. Thank you so much. So, what are you going to do for the rest of the day?
For the rest of today, I'm actually preparing a new training course. I'm going to be doing some mental health training for some salespeople at one of my clients. So we're going to be going through, purpose, understanding what things are going down, how to deal with anxiety and stress, and just basic mental health strategies on how they can perform better. Because at the end of the day, the guys are sitting and they're complaining about the salespeople saying, "Oh, our salespeople have got closing problems." But in fact, 9 out of 10 times, they've got an opening problem because their mental health is not where it's supposed to be, and it's affecting all their activity, all their judgments, all their decisions. So, yeah, it's going to be great. I'm just putting that all together because it's all customized, and then yeah, that's pretty much
Okay.
what I'm going to do today.
Okay, great. Is your daughter back in school?
Yes, she is.
Okay, that's good. That's good. The COVID really hindered a lot of things.
Yeah, it has. But she's a fighter. She's a strong little girl. That I mean, she had her kidney taken out. One of her kidneys
Oh,
taken out.
wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
she
Wow.
did.
Wow.
Shame. She had some really bad kidney problems, and she got really, really sick and ended up in ICU, and they tried to save one of the kidneys, and then they couldn't. And yeah, so 2 years ago, that's what happened. And she's just a fighter. She's got the most gentle little soul, and she's just a little fighter. Nothing brought her down. She was in hospital for over a month, and it was hectic for her, but yeah, so she's a stormtrooper. She inspires me a lot, and her attitude towards life is fantastic, and it keeps me motivated. So yeah, she's dealing well with school, and she's juggling everything. It's been a bit tough, but she's a tough little girl, that one.
Oh, great. Great. That's amazing, Craig. Craig, thanks for having. I really am happy that you came on the show today. It was really nice speaking with you.
Yes, thank you very much, and I appreciate it. Thanks, Charles.
All right, now. Have a nice day.
You too. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to this episode. I hope you had a wonderful time. Craig was really an amazing guest, and I really learned a lot from him. Do well to leave a review on this podcast and leave a subscription. Till next time, be legendary.